Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like you could get a million compliments, but like one negative like comment or insult, it's like that's what really sticks. Like it could be a million people saying, "Oh, you're beautiful," but the first person that tell you you ugly, like it's like, okay, now I'm ugly. Like I just hate that it's like that.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Hey y'all, what's up? It's Danny and welcome to another episode of Mary Jane Mukbang. I am here with my friends from the internet. Woo woo! We have Marquez.
Hi.
Talise. And Moni. I also know my Momo. And we are here to have another discussion with you. We have, well, we ate some edibles from a guy off a dating app. Shout out to him, question mark. And we got some Tito's Crown Royale, so we're a little cross-faded.
I need to get up here. Like I'm growing out your head.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's my fault.
My bad. No, here, let me hit the... There we go.
Will I be blocking them if I do? Oh, no, that works.
Oh, yes. Perfect.
Perfect.
Family photo. But yeah, so we're going to have another discussion today. And yeah, today's topic is... We got a few of them actually. We all feel like they overlap. We're talking about body normativity. We're getting into misogyny, which seems to be a big root of all of that. Gender norms and all that good stuff. So, with that said, let's get started. Woo! Cool.
Okay, so how can we start this?
Let's try to ask a question. Let's see.
Are you happy with your body? And if not, what is it that you don't like? When did you start to feel like that? Why do you feel like that?
Okay, that's a good one. Right now, I am happy with my body. It always wasn't that way because I feel like I grew up on the same, these social pressures and everything to look a certain way. And even like on these days on the internet and stuff, going online and seeing like, oh, people look like this. Other people like when somebody looks like this. Sometimes it does get to me that I want to have a better body. I think I started feeling this way probably in like middle school, maybe even younger, when people really started to talk about you and have all these things to say all of a sudden about, oh, you need to look like this, you need to look like that. So I think that's when it started for me.
Yeah, I would say for me the same, like middle schoolish, where kids can be really cruel and they can start cracking jokes and stuff. To be honest, like I'm not happy with my body. Like I don't hate it, but it could be better. Or it could be worse, so I guess I just look at it like that. But one thing that I really don't like is like just my top half. Like if my top half was just like slimmer and like more matching to the bottom, kinda, I guess, if that makes sense, then I would be happier. But yeah, that's really it.
Do I like my body? No, actually. But when it started, I want to say I really started paying attention to my body like middle school into high school. It got worse, and early adulthood, it got to its tipping point of like hating my body or worrying about what it looked like and everything.
Do I like my body? Like, is that even a question? That is no, I do not like my body. Even though I'm not that big, it started, I say elementary school into high school. Even people think, being slim is really great, but the bullying, the getting picked up and thrown in the garbage can bullying was, the bullshit for that. So.
Sorry to interrupt, like question, was that because of your body? Like,
that was because I was small. Like, I was really slim. I was no more than 105 pounds, 110 pounds. And I'm 5 foot. So people like football players, seniors, be like, oh, look at her, ha, ha, ha. And they're just like pick me up, oh, ain't you like the little kid? And just throw me in the garbage can.
Wow.
So at that point, I was like, it's the bullying for me. Like,
So you wish you were like taller in a way?
I wish I was taller. Had a little bit more weight on me, Then, you wouldn't get pushed around that much, but at small size, 135, 140 pounds, you still get feel the disrespect. People treat you like a kid. It's not fun.
That said, do you all, and we don't have to share what it is, but if you feel comfortable doing so, but do you all have something that has been an insecurity of yours, and do you feel like you carry, like kind of what we were talking about earlier, do you feel like you carry it with you to this day?
Definitely. It would be my man boobs, moobs, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, that was something. And it's like I don't know where they came from. Like they just popped up out of nowhere. Because when I was younger, like I was always like the fat kid or whatever. But they were never like as pronounced as they are now. I'm not gonna get up and show y'all my man boobs, but yeah, it is something that I carry to this day. I remember I was in like 6th or 7th grade, and it's like when you don't wear a shirt like underneath, like a school shirt, like the collared polo shirt. It's like if you got a chest, like, or you don't have on a bra, like if you're a girl, like your nipples would just be like pointy, or like your boobs would be pointy, and that's kind of how mine were in middle school. And this guy was like, "Oh my God, your nipples are pointy like a girl's." And then it's like from that day, like I just every morning I'm in the mirror, like trying to find ways to like suck in my stomach or not suck it in, so like it looks just like a straight slope. Or you know, when I'm like standing this way and someone's looking at me from this way, I would like have my arms up or be on my phone. Like just little stuff that like subconsciously became like something that I do to deal with that or to hide it, I guess. Yeah, I do carry that to this day. I feel like I won't be satisfied until they are like smaller or gone.
Yeah.
You know, that's just being honest.
Yeah. I would have to say mine would be my hands. I don't know why, but like, and I'm gonna quote what you said earlier. It's always the things you never notice that people bring up that you think about like forever, and that's coming from Marquez. I never notice anything about hands. Like they're hands. You're just doing stuff with them, and for some reason, one day somebody's like, "You got big hands," and I looked at my hand. Like they've been this size since like however long, and I've had boyfriends with like having my hands the same size as theirs, and I just remember like, okay, first off, why are you watching me like this?
Right.
You too close, you're in my business. Second of all, do I have big hands? And I just started questioning myself, and I know it seems silly, like, okay, hands are hands, but when you're supposed to be like a girl and people made up this whole like, oh, you have to have cute hands, you know, holding hands with them, or you know, just be dainty for some reason to wear a ring on so you get married one day. Like I was thinking, are my hands, I get called man hands a lot, and I'm like, are my hands too manly, and are they taking away for me as a woman? And can you imagine, like in middle school, you're not even really a woman yet, you're still a little girl questioning if you're good enough. Like, so to this day I still carry it for sure. I've just learned to try to be comfortable with it, and the right people aren't gonna care. Like if you like me as a person, you're not gonna be like, oh, your hand's that big, we can't be friends.
Right.
Like, you know, so I kind of just had to learn, like, listen, this is it to the end. I'm stuck with y'all. I'm not gonna try to hate y'all. And yeah, that's
I
it
think
for
another
me.
important thing too is like your body is ever changing. Like even what your body is now, like you don't have to think that that's going to be what it is at 30 or 50. Like in middle school, if I could get back that body then with the little pointy man boobs, like I would take that over what is now. So like your body is always evolving. It's important to really not get like so caught up into that. And the one thing about it is you can change it too. Like it's not easy, but
It's possible. You're able
Yeah.
to change it. You're always growing. You're able to evolve. Whether that's through surgery, which I think is perfectly valid, whether that's just through exercise and determination, or if you decide not to change it at all, you're always able to, like, you can always do something about yourself. You just shouldn't do it for the wrong people. It needs to be for yourself only, and not because, oh, all these thoughts in my head or so-and-so said this. But it's hard. It's hard to love yourself. It's hard to condition yourself into thinking like that. So
what about y'all?
any insecurities or
Insecurities that's grown with me. Even when I was itty bitty skinny weenie, it always been my lower stomach. I mean, like before high waisted everything was a trend, I was high waisting hyping it all the way up to cover that little small piece in the front. Even Marquez probably noticed it, how I used to wear my skirts in high school. All the way up. And
Like to the chest.
Up to the chest.
Yeah.
Because I hated my lower stomach. Even as a big person, went from skinny to now, hated my lower stomach. Shit, I still wear high-waisted everything, but just now it's a trend. I'm not getting made fun of it for it.
Right,
now.
because everybody is doing it.
No, everybody's doing it now, but before it was a trend.
Yeah.
I look stupid as hell.
It's crazy how we went from low waisted, like in the
Right,
early
yeah.
2000s, when
Right, skinny jeans.
coochies was almost exposed, like the low waisted pants, like right above the crotch. So now it's like
Tramp stamps
a
were
little
a thing.
I was out there like Urkel.
Oh God.
All the way up here, my pants.
Mm. Moni,
My eyes. Yeah.
what do you feel about them?
Because when I was like in elementary school, you know, the slanted eyes wasn't in, the cat eye look wasn't in. High school wasn't in. It was like those big, stupid, dumb, ugly lashes were in. I used to get picked on because my eyes were slanted. They're like, oh, are you Asian? Can you see?
Oh my god, like really?
And then one of my ex-boyfriends called me, you know, because he called me a spick, a nig, a chink.
Whoa.
And I was like,
whoa.
You went for all no.
he went from that to that to that. I was like,
Oh,
why?
excuse me,
He's
sir?
like, because you're Hispanic, you're black, and you look like a chink. I was like, oh, and this was my first boyfriend at that. And I was like, that's rude. You know, that carried on the abuse. Okay, I have slanted eyes. So what? They're pretty. But it's not for you to pick on me. You're supposed to love me, but you're picking on me. So from today on, like, you know, from that point to today, it's like, is my eyes really that slanted? And then people that know me, they're like, no, your slanted eyes are pretty, you know?
Your eyes is pretty too.
So I was like, yeah, I don't see that.
Yeah.
So that
And it might,
carries
it's
on.
so hard to believe too, like from people that like care about you, because of course they gonna like sing your praises and everything like that. But no, I think your eyes really are pretty. Do you do anything like? Do you find yourself like making certain facial expressions or doing your makeup a certain way to try to basically remove that
I
shape?
literally, when I'm at home, try to make my eyes look bigger. That's why I have like eyeliner underneath, and I do the eyeshadow, and then I make like 2 double lines. So I don't even want to wear eyelashes because it makes my eyes smaller. It gets bad. Like, people want you to accept yourself, but when somebody tears you down, it's hard to build yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like you could get a million compliments, but like one negative like comment or insult, it's like that's what really sticks. Like it could be a million people saying, "Oh, you're beautiful," but the first person that tell you you ugly, like it's like, okay, now I'm ugly. Like I just hate that it's like that, you know?
Like you have a million votes yes and then
Yeah.
one no. It's like, but why'd you say no? Why'd you say no? Why
Right.
am I? And it's like trying to please that one person, but it's like, it's
Look at
hard
all the
because
people around you.
yeah, why does one person or whoever, a group of people, however many people may be participating, get to be like, this is beauty, this right here, eyes like this, you know, bodies like this, faces like this is beauty. Who are they? Like, why is it so hard for us to learn who are those people to say? But I think when you have mass amount of people believing that, the more people, it hurts more. Because it's like, is it true?
The
I know this
crazy
is
thing
so-
about our insecurities and how we cover them, or how we cover them becomes a trend. From not high-waisted to people fox eyes.
Yeah.
Right.
To people just loving their breasts, even men, like how seeing the beauty in it.
And it's so crazy because I can see man boobs on another guy, and I can be like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like I love it. It looks so good. But it's just like, why
To
can't
your
we just,
hands.
yeah, why can't
You
we
be
just
a
like,
model.
that
Hell.
energy we give out to everyone else, like, why can't we give that to ourselves? Or why
Right.
can't we believe it?
Even though we're still like not over these insecurities, why did it have to happen to become a trend at some
Right.
point? Why couldn't it be a trend when I felt this way from the
Right.
beginning?
And once it's out, once the trend's out, it's like, oh, it doesn't matter anymore because I'm still the way I'm gonna
Yeah.
be. You know,
Yeah,
I'm still gonna
exactly.
keep doing that trend because that was like my life at the moment. That's how I feel about myself. But when it goes out of style, it's like, okay.
But like before, like if it became a trend when I started feeling these insecurities, I personally, I think I would not have the insecurity.
May I just say that having intellectual friends is such a flex. I love it here. Thank you so much to my friends for being on the show. This was actually filmed like almost 9 months ago. I'm so sorry I'm late with posting. I'm gonna take Mary Jane Mukbang way more seriously. I do apologize, but that said, this was still a very, very vital conversation. Long story short, love yourself. Anybody else who says otherwise, if you want to see part 2 where we actually get into how being black affects our insecurities and how we feel in society and when they turn us into trends when they was just not fucking with us, Definitely check out part 2 and make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. I hope you actually take something away from it. And hopefully I will see you over on part 2 and after that on the next episode. Feel free to discuss an insecurity below, how you have dealt with it in the past or how you're still dealing with it to this day. Don't be shy. Drop a topic you might want to see us talk about as well in the future. And make sure you check out our Instagram. You get special behind the scenes videos over there, sneak peeks, and also we're gonna start doing game night. Maybe we just want to get high and play games and bring back some of the classics like Uno or Spin the Bottle. Who knows? Go over there and find out. Anyways, thank you so much for vibing with us, and like I like to say, ain't no shame in the Mary Jane. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the love and support, and we will see you on the next video. Go check out part 2. What are you waiting for? All right. Thank you, baby. Bye.